Street Fighter 6 is the scrubbiest Street Fighter known to mankind. That's what people have been saying. For example, we have Mena RD, the 2-time Capcom Cup champion. I'm having the same experience 4 players had in 5. Street Fighter 6 is the scrubbiest Street Fighter I've played. Hope it keeps getting better, like 5 year by year. Basically what he's saying is, when Street Fighter 5 first came out, the game was hella aggressive, hella scrubby. Everything was happening, you name it. Throw loops, insane pressure, Mika 50-50s from anywhere on the map. And then we have Street Fighter 6, drive impacts, throw loops, insane pressure. You know what I'm saying? History is basically repeating itself. So Daigo also has something to say. Much love to FGC Translated. This is my first time looking at this video. I don't know what's about to happen, but you know what? We about to look at it and see. Oh yeah, so he must have made this around the time that Capcom dropped the update and added drive rush being able to be executed after pressing parry. It's a good update if that makes people happy. I didn't mind it either way. So overall, I feel like on my personal input of this, I actually enjoy the fact that Capcom gave us an additional option for us to be able to get drive rush after certain things. Me, for example, I had issues sometimes double tapping double dash on player 2 side with my ring finger because I do play on hitbox. So the fact that I'm able to just press it at the press of a button with drive impact, drive parry, and get it, it works for me. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't that right, editor? Will it change the tier list? I feel like some characters might have new combos, maybe. Buffer drive rush during lights. Yes, it's amazing for lights now. Pad players, it's a huge update for them. Return of Fei Long's light into Rekka. Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, if they bring Fei Long back for season 2. Come on, Capcom. Please give us this character back. Has there been any input update like this? The update will make drive rush hit confirm more useful and threatening. Yeah, so basically combos are going to be more fluent now, but you would actually have to be careful with the way you buffer lights in neutral now. Alright, so for those who aren't fully aware, Capcom actually dropped the update dealing with drive rush. So it's some pros and some cons to it, right? So the pros is that it's going to be easier to execute combos at just the press of one button, right? Which is drive parry. So anytime you tap drive parry, you automatically get drive rush now, right? So if you had an issue with double tapping on either player 1 side or player 2 side with the dash, you can actually just tap parry and you can get the same drive rush, which makes combos way easier to execute. The disadvantage to this, which is something that I truly hate, is that you will now not be able to buffer lights at neutral anymore. So normally before the update, anytime you would press standing light kick and then you would buffer drive rush, it'll never come out. Now when you do it, you actually get the drive rush still. So it's going to be some times where you would want to buffer this and then you get that raw drive rush. Yes, it happened to me plenty of times. I hate it, but it's something that you have to grow with. You might want to be a little bit more mindful about it. If you go to buffer, you want to make sure that you actually make contact with the opponent now so it actually hit. The only thing is the lights into drive rush. In my opinion, we don't really need buffering drive rush and lights. Really. But the update is pretty good if this update lets more people enjoy drive rush cancel. Yeah, because you know some people might actually be a little iffy about double tapping on player 1 side, player 2 side. You think they'll add more scaling to lights into drive rush? The scaling is already pretty bad. You don't like man keeping on medals over rounds. Who does? Who does? You know who like man keeping medals? The man players. Everybody else, we can't stand it. Jamie can't keep his drink levels. Why man keep her levels? They'll make her very plain. If Jamie carries over his drinks, that's too much. Dang, it's like they read my mind. I ain't gonna lie, Jamie would probably be too good if he actually kept his levels. Imagine a level 4 Jamie round 2 or round 3 and then it carries over. That'll actually be OD. Maybe he could carry over half. That's not bad. Take 2 drinks away from him each round. So if he drinks 3 times, he can start with 1 drink. That's what you mean? That's actually not a bad idea. Whatever he end the round with, subtract 2. But I guess he could keep 3 if he already had 5. This game does so much damage in general. Yes. Yes, yes. The damage in this game is absurd. I actually want to show something real quick since we're talking about damage. Imagine, let's just say I get a punish counter and I'm only going to do this. Look at the damage. It's red hot. That's almost 6k damage off a simple EX machine gun until a level 3. Need I say that was not critical art. That was a standard level 3. So if you decrease combo damage overall, by the time Jamie is at max level, his opponent is dead. By the time Manon is at max level, we are scared out of our boots. That would make him go up on the tier list. I ain't gonna lie, nerfing damage would make some characters more scary because they wouldn't die as fast. I think Street Fighter 6 does a lot more damage compared to the previous fighting game. I could believe that. Oh, here we go. Here's the good part. Mena RD says Street Fighter 6 is very scrubby. What does Daigo have to say? I think they did that on purpose. What? That's what the developers wanted. They think they'll help new players get into Street Fighter 6. Wait, I thought the control scheme, I thought modern controls, I thought open world, character creation mode was the way to get characters, well, get new people into the game. So what's the problem if a game is very scrubby? From a professional perspective, it's a problem because you can't prove your actual skills in short matches. Facts. You won't get consistent results in the first 2 or first 3. Facts. But all we need to do is play longer matches. True. Keep the game as it is for new players and change the way tournaments are run. So make it what, first to 4, first to 5? Tournaments should be run differently when you get a different game. I've been saying this for a while now. Tournament rules should definitely change depending on the game. Take Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you should at least play first to 5 at least. Try playing first to 1 with that game, that's insane. You throw one fireball and the opponent jumps and you're eliminated. I think the damage back in those old school games was pretty big, so I can see the comparison. Tournaments do have enough time to run first 3, so with tournament organizers. If this doesn't change, it's because the tournament organizers, up until now, players were one step ahead of everyone else, especially pro players. In terms of strategy and knowledge, players were ahead of anybody else. But now the game developers are catching up. Look how much effort Capcom is putting into this game. I ain't gonna lie, Capcom is putting a lot of effort into this game. People may have their thoughts and opinion about it being scrubby, whatnot, but you know what? I tip my hat off and I give Capcom their flowers. This game is way better on launch compared to Street Fighter 5. Straight facts. Capcom, we appreciate what you're doing. I love the game, all right? Do I enjoy getting hit by Drive Impact? Absolutely not, but you know what? I do enjoy the game. You dig what I'm saying? So right now players and the developers are fighting against each other, and this is a good thing. Up until now, if there was a loophole, players would immediately find it and abuse it, and at the end of the game it was deemed unbalanced. But now we are amazed at how well made the game is. The game is so well designed that the players are still trying to figure it out. Players used to have the upper hand, but now the developers have the upper hand. But the tournament organizers are left behind in this race. Yeah, you know what? Daigo actually brings up a good point. I feel like this game is definitely not meant for a first or 2. The game is so fast and chaotic that anything can happen within the nick of a second that a player actually needs more than 2 games to actually catch on to what's going on. I feel like most players probably look at themselves as being bad, dookie butt, this, that, woo-de-woo, because in tournament they only had 2 games to try and catch on, and they probably couldn't, so they ended up losing. Now they doubting themselves as a player, but really and truly the game is built to not be first to 2. I can agree with Daigo on that. If it was first to 4, 3, something a little bit higher, yes. Give us a little bit more time to catch on to what's going on. But 2? First to 3 fall matches, or maybe first to 3, first to 4, but that might take too long because it's a casual tournament. I didn't even know he had a tournament. That boy Daigo holding tournaments? Casual tournaments are fine with first to 2. If anything, even first to 1 is fine. We're talking about important tournaments being first to 2. Yeah, truly. Look at that damage. Ryu is brutal, and people talking about Ryu need buffs. Ha! I laugh. You know what? And overall, with this video that I just watched from Daigo, he brought up a lot of good points. Street Fighter 6 do low-key feel like it's on the friendly / scrubby / casual side, the developers actually, you know what? Daigo brought up a lot of good stuff. I feel like the developers do know what they're doing. The players don't really have too much of an upper hand because now they have a lot more to worry about. You have to worry about drive impact and many other mechanics that the game provides. But the biggest thing that I really did take light into what Daigo said, these tournaments should probably be more than first to 2, first to 3. That is actually a big one that I truly agree on. Let me know what you think in the comments. How do you feel about what Daigo said? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Daigo? Who do you agree with? Alright, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one, or you could check this one out. Okay, bye.